What's up with it, man? Welcome back. It's White Boy Lockdown Radio. For this one, I'm gonna speak a little bit more about my hustle that I had indirectly. You know, in prison, you have to step to a CO. There's got to be some type of comfort level within yourself to step to the dude. You know, I don't know these dudes. They don't know me. Sometimes it goes like that, maybe like in jails and stuff. But in prison, man, you just meet them while you're there. You know what I mean? There's got to be some type of convict. There's got to be some type of borderlining, something in common ground, trust there. So I eventually did step to one CO, and I'm not gonna lie, I was scared to ask him to bring dope and stuff like that in, but I just wanted to see where it's at. So it started with dip, and then started with cans of dip. Okay, it's always a win-win for them. That can, for right now, this is about $7-8 for me on the street. Back when I was doing this with the CO, man, it was around 5 or 6. So it's simple, man. You just find out where you got to send it to make it double his money. Okay, so let's just say it's just $5. He's gonna get 10 a can. Sometimes he might be up on game a little bit and wax you 15, 17 for this. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, he's gonna be happy and you're gonna be happy. So it started out with this, and then it went to F-books, cherries, hustlers, stuff like that. That was my main thing. I've broken this down in the playlist, prison hustles and whatnot. But it's at that point where after you get something going on with a CO, it's kind of frustrating in a sense, because you're gonna get hated on hard. So you're gonna get hated on. But at the same time, so there's gonna be pressure with that. But at the same time, it's usually just like verbal hating and sideways remarks, because if tobacco's coming in, nobody wants that to get knocked off. Sure, people are going to extort and this and that, and try to move to where they could just try to put down on you or whatever. There's a lot of that goes on. But as far as shutting it whole down, no, because even snitches inside the prison, even they smoke and dip. And so in my case, I have dip and I have, the F-books coming in. Hey, they got to whack off too. Okay, so man, it's crazy. But with the verbal, with the sideways remarks, it's always, oh, the cracker gonna do something for them white boys. Well, just as I have to feel the dude out, just as I have to step to him, not sure of the whole situation, go from dip to F-books and what have you, that dude has his own concerns. His job's on the line. He can get outside charges. A lot of the times you will see, look, let's just be bluntly honest, okay? If you've ever been to prison and jail, then you will absolutely agree with what I'm about to say. The black dudes in there are very loud amongst each other, and they gossip a lot. And I'm not saying everybody doesn't gossip, but it's the way that it's done. Oh man, that baby got that check. Man, he bring it in the sack. When that's said so loud, and they don't realize how loud they're speaking, COs are walking through the dorm and stuff. They hear that all the time. They don't want to be messed up with that. So it's a better avenue for white boys, absolutely, 100%. And that's a whole, it's a difficult phase to actually get something going on, because even going and asking the wrong one, man, depending on how they take it, you're going to confinement, you're done. And then you're going to get labeled. He can only put you in confinement, but he could spray you, so you're known to try officers, and you could never get nothing done again after that point. So yeah, you really have to have your best judgment on. But so down the line, as I got to F-books and what have you, hey, look, I'm in prison, man, and the fresh books come in, man, you'll have calluses on your hand. But I had an old timer in there, one of my older bros, man, and he was like, hey man, you got to slow down on that stuff. Yeah, the whole thing, you'll go blind and this and that. But he's like, hey man, look, don't get used to your hand. What are you talking about? He's like, don't get used to your hand. He's like, man, slow down on that stuff. He's like, man, you're gonna get out, and you're gonna be so used to how the hand feels that, man, maybe, just maybe, you won't understand how the real feels. If you could pick up what I'm putting down. And man, that one was like a punch in the face. I didn't want to ask him how he knew, but I just fell back. And I would explain this to other people that would always hit in the books. It's a forever hustle, because, man, look, you're in there working out. Just testosterone is raising. Everything's going on. You're doing squats, all this, and it's a never-ending hustle. It always is, but it's a crazy warning, and I had to end up telling this to other people. It's one thing to hit a book, right? It's one thing to hit a book because, hey, you gotta let it out. You know what I mean? But it's another thing when you see these dudes that are just predators, man. They don't even need a book. They don't even need a book. They literally will gun the officer with her clothes on, looking at her in her eyes. It's a bunch of weirdo stuff. In front of people in the day room, man, will smash somebody if you just whip it out like that, because in your sick head, whatever it is. That the whole gunning thing is very psych patient, very weird, disgusting. But a lot of these dudes, it's in their head. Okay, so my hustle with the book, it was for listen, it was a financial thing first. Not even gonna lie. Okay, but after that, man, on the low, what I like to have it in the dorms a lot for was to keep the homosexual stuff down. Okay, and also for the weirdos, like the people that would sit there and gun the officers. You have an officer sitting in the tower eating her lunch or reading a magazine, and dude's hard as a mountain over there, just stroking her down. I mean, dude, how did you get turned on? Like what the? It's weirdo stuff, and man, that's why I really like to have it in the dorm. But yeah, approaching an officer is not an easy thing. It's way easier said than done, and you get hated on it. And but for those reasons why I like to have F-books, man. Until the next one, man, stay out. Stay away from these weirdos. Stay safe. Stay solid. Stay alert to what's going on. Pay attention. Find your people. Wipe Well Out on Radio.